What's up, people? So it's been a while since I put out some content, but the rain has been keeping me in the house, with this storm that went through Florida and came up the coast. And it's been raining constantly here in Maryland. So the season is changing. It's now fall. It's starting to get cold and damp. The leaves are starting to change, and the trees are going to get ready to go into hibernation or whatever you want to call it. But now's the time to start picking out logs for growing mushrooms. So we're going to be looking to start growing some shitake, some oysters, lion's mane, different types of mushrooms. And we got enough hardwood out here to pick out some good logs. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to drive back in the forest today and we're going to pick out some good logs. I'm looking primarily for oak, American beech, and some sweet gum. So let's see what we got. All right, so as we drive back into the forest, I guess you can also consider this a tour. You can see I need to tighten up some of these trails. There's still a lot of grass and weeds that have overgrown on these trails. But let's start looking for trees. I got a tree right here that looks like a possible candidate. Let's see what we can do from this. So I've got an app on my other phone. It's called Picture This, and it allows me to take a picture of a tree, and then it will identify the tree for me. All right, so let's see how that goes. See what kind of tree this is right here. All right, so this is American beech. Perfect. One of the trees that I'm definitely looking for that hardwood. Perfect for shiitake mushrooms. So we're gonna be looking for more of these. It's the perfect width. It's good within 4 to 6 inches all the way at the base. So I'm gonna get at least maybe 6, 7 logs out of that. So let's keep looking. I see another one over there. And let's see if we can identify that too. Well, let's see what this one looks like as well. It's taking a little longer with this one. American beech. But I just want to be sure because there are multiple trees in the picture. Yeah, see, now it comes back as black ash. And I'm looking at the two trees, and I can tell there's a slight difference on this one to compare to that right there. So I'm definitely gonna say this is ash and not beech. Let's go over here, get this next tree that looks like American beech. I really don't like walking through this wet, high grass because there are snakes out here. So I'd like to watch my step and be aware. So we're looking for this tree right here in the middle. So let's see if I can get this on camera. All right. Sweet gum. Sweet gum is another tree that I'm looking for. And that's definitely going to be one of the trees that are good for shiitake mushrooms. But again, I just want to be sure. So I want to get a little closer. I'm doing this with one hand, so it's a little difficult. And this soil is very moist. And see, it looks like I'm right here. So let me come over here. And I think I took a picture of the wrong tree the first time. Let's get this one. Even if this is sweet gum right here, which is the picture that I think I took, there's logs on there. It's a little wide at the base, but as it goes up, it's definitely the width that I'm looking for. So I can get quite a few logs out of this. So if this is definitely sweet gum, this is one of the trees that I'm going to be marking to cut down for shiitake logs. So let's make sure. Let's take this picture again, right up on it. Sweet gum. That's definitely one of the trees that I'm looking for. So again, I'm looking for oak, sweet gum, and American beech. So we've got 2 of the 3, and I haven't even gone into the forest yet. We got a tree over here. It looks like a young oak tree. Let's see. I won't get many logs off of it, so let's just see what it is anyway. Let's see what it is. Ash. White ash. Okay. Let's continue with the tour and see if we can pick out some more trees. So I've got to come back out here, go get some spray paint so that I can mark these trees and identify them. But these trees right here, these 2, I won't forget. And I'm getting a little better at identifying them on site. In particular, the ash, it has a particular characteristic about it. And there's a lot of oak in here as well, and the beech. So let's continue the tour. It's about to get loud. Been a while since I've been back here. And I know this ride gets very bumpy. And with the grass here now, and the soil being so wet, it's going to be an interesting ride, to say the least. I would not try to come back through here without the tractor. And without some snake boots on and things of that nature. A lot of trees. Things to pick up, but as time goes by, we'll just come through and do a little bit at a time, section by section. So I'm looking for trees that are between 4 to 6 inches wide or in diameter, that are fairly straight, that I can use for logs. A tree over there. Getting there might be a little tricky, but that's what the tractor is for. Alright, let's see what this is over here. I'm gonna have to sit this down because I want to zoom in. Make sure I got the right tree. Okay, so I've got a poor connection. I forgot this phone here does not have an active line or phone service on it. Um, so the further I get away from the house network, the more poor the connection that it needs to get to the database and identify the tree. That being said, I guess I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and pay another $5 or whatever the app costs to get it installed on this phone, unless I can figure out a way to transfer it. But that's pretty much the process. I'm just gonna go through the forest, try to identify trees that I can cut down for logs, and maybe sometime in November, I'm gonna come back through and I'm gonna start cutting down those trees and prepping them and getting them ready for the whole process of growing mushrooms. That whole process is gonna take maybe at least a year. But it's a business. It's a side hustle. It's money that can be coming in along with other products that can be produced here in the forest. And so the more I read, the more I learn, the more I begin to realize the value of having all of these trees and in this land. And it's not just about clearing trees out and cutting things away so that you can plant grass or, so that you can make a big garden. There's enough space to make a garden. There's things that grow in the forest. There's what they call non-timber forest products that can be harvested from many of these trees. Many of the trees may be cut down and cleared for different purposes, money being the first one. But the trees that will be replaced or the trees that will be planted here, then those trees will also be for the purpose of, different things that could be sold for money, different things that can be used for the benefit of the land and the benefit of feeding the family. So let's just continue the tour. I'm not anywhere next to the network right now, so let's just have some fun. One of the good things about it not being hot in the middle of the summer is there's not nearly as many bugs back here. We're getting towards my neighbor's property. I'm going to try to loop around in a minute. See, a lot of trees have fallen down through the summer and the early part of the fall. Some of these storms that have come through. So I'll have to continue to come back here and make trails. So right now we're approaching my neighbor's property, like I said. I'm going to turn around and come up on the other side. Let's see if I can cut it through here first. Here's another potential tree. can easily move things out of my way. But I'm trying to take the path of least resistance and get back to my trail that I cut previously without going over too much stuff, because I'm not really familiar with the terrain. I haven't been back here in a while. To the forest, and each section of this forest will have to be worked out or worked on with this kind of machinery. So different parts of the forest will be used for different things. I might have one section that is food plot for hunting. Another section may have to be cleared out and used for growing and harvesting mushrooms and other edible plants or trees or shrubs that can grow in dense forest. And then some of it may just be cleared out completely, and many of these trees will be just simply harvested. And I may have to cut a path just for people to get to it. have fallen down since I was here in the spring and the early summer. A lot of trees have fallen down. another trail that goes up that way, but I'm gonna start making it back towards the house right now. So this is pretty much what the forest looks like back here. Got another trail right here. So as I get more equipment, then I'll make these trails a lot clearer and a lot more manageable. And the forest will be a lot more accessible. Inshallah. Whoops. I need to learn how to drive. This trail was really clear when I first made it. My goal, or one of my goals, is to have a trail or multiple trails that connect, that encircle the property. So it could be a walking trail, a bike riding trail, you know, a trail that has access to different areas of the forest. Back out in the forest. It's going to be really interesting clearing these trails with the soil being so moist. I may have to get a whole lot of wood chips or pebbles. And still, when this thing takes a dip, it really scares me, man. I really feel like it's gonna just roll over. So maybe next time, well, why not now? Let's have some fun. Let's go in a little bit. Dips, a lot of uneven surfaces, very soft soil, so you have to really be careful. That's why I'm going very slow as I'm coming through here. Nice little creek. See if you can see down here. Like I said, I don't want to get off this tractor right now, but right there is a nice little creek. There's water in there all year round, but it really needs to be cleaned out. It's not a real flow to it. So that being said, I really don't think that it's a usable creek for collecting water. Although I may attempt it, maybe get a solar pump, see if I can dig a hole and bury it in there. But for now, there it is. It's come through. I haven't come through here in a minute. I don't know if this is a big hole waiting for me or what. Oh, here's the big hole. I'm gonna cut down a took out a tree stump, and that was one of my first tree stumps that I removed. So I haven't even backfilled that hole yet. But as you can see, I've cut quite a few trails. I just need the right equipment to maintain them. So that was our little tour through the forest. I hope you enjoyed it. It was exciting for me. I haven't been back there in months. I've been concentrating on clearing the front and doing things out here. But things are coming along. Things are really coming along. I can't complain. Let's see. I can drop this, that's fine. Brakes are on, good. Raise the seat. Wait, I need two hands. All right, so like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. That was fun for me too. Here's some logs that I cut up from the trees that would knock down, or cut down, sorry. But I'm just stacking these up. These will probably be used for firewood. I've got an upcoming project with these pallets. They're going to be used to make the compost bins. So we've got a few. Here we've got a few more logs that were cut up and stacked. So I need to take the time to stack these as well. And as you can see, the garden didn't do so well. I really blame that on not having it fenced in, and part neglect too, but the plants really took a beating. They really took a beating. And these were 3 experimental beds. If I want to remind everyone that these were experimental beds. I did some different things on these beds. For instance, this bed, I used forest soil, and the forest soil had lots of seeds from different weeds in it. So I ended up just mulching over the entire bed. And after a couple of weeks, I still decided to pull some of the mulch back and plant some various plants in there. The most successful plants in here were the okra plants. They did the best. I got quite a bit of okra from these plants. And that was all I basically got out of this bed, nothing else. Everything else, it just was taken over by the weeds again. The second bed, I turned over the grass, and if I'm not mistaken, I may have put some chips in here, but I forgot. But the carrots and the tomatoes, the thyme and the parsley did very good in here. The beets are still coming in. I haven't harvested any beets yet, but the beets are there. And in the third bed, basically what I did was fill the half of it with wood chips and cover the rest of it with dirt, which was about 6 inches. So I had corn and squash in here a minute. I got 1 squash, no corn. It was too shallow in my opinion. And now you can see I've got some beans and bush beans and some long beans growing in there. So that's a second attempt in that bed. But this whole entire area here, including all the grow bags, well, the grow bags, the plants in there just got demolished by animals. It's starting to look like, 2 or 3 kale is coming back. But this whole area, actually, the plan for it is to be fenced in, and it's going to be about 30 by 60, and it's going to be the new garden area. So it will be fenced in. It will we'll have 18-inch beds, grow beds, and that's going to be the plan for here. It's going to be a lot of space to plant stuff in. All right, so that was the tour for today. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Simple Way Farmstead. Peace out.